Aloha team, this is Brendan, and yes, I do have a cold. Thanks for asking. This is a video that I'm just doing to be able to give you guys some basic updates on what's happening within the Paradigm Shift Central project currently over the coming week, and just moving on into the future. As well, it's a video to be able to just remind you guys about how to get your Light Guardian crystals. A lot of people have been asking about these, so one of the ways to do, just to be able to help explain it to you guys is by making a video like this so I can answer any questions and so that you guys can get on board and be able to help add your support in that way. So, let me just think for a second because I'm trying to make this video like as quick as I can while still like managing my head cold. So, right now, a huge objective that has been a big objective within Paradigm Shift is the idea of how do we make this project regenerative? How do we make it sustainable? So, state the obvious, like Paradigm Shift is a project that I started as a club in my college out of the passion while I was just like looking for the answer of how to help change the world. And one of the ways to do that was by helping activate the story of what Paradigm Shift Central is, which is again about a global team of shifters coming together to be able to help change the world by creating conscious media and by creating physical paradigm shift communities. And physical paradigm shift communities are something that people can create anywhere, wherever they are. They're basically just open-minded discussion and meditation circles. They're very simple, and that's the basic idea, is that as much as paradigm shift is an online community and regular broadcast, at its core, it's an idea. And it's a very powerful idea. And it's the idea that is inviting people to be real world light guardians, real world Jedis, community leaders, to help be portals where they are, to do things like free hugs, to bring the tribe together, to continue working on themselves, and to be part of a collective momentum that we are continuously creating together as a team. So, one of the ways that we do that is by being able to create a regenerative model that's going to support the community. So as I said, Paradigm Shift is not something that is being sponsored by some sort of conglomerate media corporation. It is something that, as we've been doing it over the years, I've been constantly, that's been a part of my task, a part of my mission as the director, as one of the many team captains within Paradigm Shift Central, is how do we create this so that it can continue. And that was a big issue for a while, right? So I would be putting in a lot of hours on a regular basis, and we would be asking people for donations. This was years ago, right? This is before we kind of figured out our format. And it was hard. It was hard because we would be doing like live broadcasts. We'd be reaching like 200 people live, but at the same time, it just wasn't regenerative enough to the point where I was able to keep focusing on it as much as I wanted to. Obviously, I had to be able to support myself as an individual, as an artist, and that involves financial income. So a big thing within the Paradigm Shift Central community has been being able to create a model that is actually something that I feel is really impressive in terms of being able to help lead by example within the conscious community, to show that a project like this actually is possible, and it is possible to be supported from the ground up, from the inside out. And so the basic way as to how we have continued to be able to support the Paradigm Shift Central project is through the creation of the Patreon. And the Patreon is how people get their Light Guardian crystals. So the Light Guardian crystals, people have been asking about these, and they're just like, I would love to get one in time for Christmas. They're amazing, they're unique, they're part of a bigger story. And so the short answer for how do you get one is by signing up for the team Patreon. And so that's the short answer, and let me expand on that. So the team Patreon is a website where people support artists. There's thousands of artists since the creation of Patreon who are now able to do what they love because the platform exists. So that means if you're a YouTuber, you can concentrate on being a YouTuber and your subscribers will contribute, and people are making like thousands of dollars a month. That allows them to continue to provide meaningful content for the community. So that's essentially what we've been doing. We've been building our Patreon since November 2015, and it's been an ongoing thing. And so my intention is to be able to create a Patreon model that is going to be so badass, that is going to be so effective and so efficient, and be a part that is going to help amplify like the bigger objectives of being able to help shift consciousness. And so the way how we do that, and again, some of you already know this, but again, I'm explaining this real simple. So the Patreon is a monthly micro donation, and the asking monthly micro donation is just $3 to $5 a month. So that's created in a way that's meant to be as accessible as possible. And so when you sign up for the team Patreon, you get your Light Guardian crystal, as well, excuse me, you also get the rest of your shifter booster kit. And so your shifter booster kit as a whole is worth over $100, and it's all created from handmade items. So again, like, some people may not know the obvious, but I mean, every single Light Guardian crystal is handmade by myself. So like, each Light Guardian crystal in itself is worth like over $30. We used to sell them as a pay what you wish between $30 and $60. And so now people can get these, again, simply by signing up for the Patreon in a way that's accessible, where there are people who are just like, hey, I really want to support this. My budget isn't super huge, but I can do $3 to $5 a month. And the idea here is that when we all give a little, we all give a lot. So basically the model is, we keep building step by step by step. We keep getting those $3, $5 donations. And this is, again, this is part of my duty and part of our duty as a community to keep raising the Patreon. And you can see, like, so right now the Patreon is continuing to build, and our goal is to continue to get it above $11.11, above $1,111. Continue to rise it, which again allows me to be able to work on this continuously as an artist, but it also continues to support the community. It allows the project to continue to evolve. It allows more resources to get shared. It allows more like back-end website tech stuff. It allows more Facebook promotions. It allows us to support creators within the community. So when you sign up for the Patreon, you're getting your shifter booster kit, and your shifter booster kit is, again, worth over $100. And part of what's in your shifter booster kit is your free hug signs, which are now laminated. So again, like, each one of these signs in themselves is worth about $3 at least, and that's just like basic lamination. And so that comes with your shifter booster kit, as well as your shift buttons. And again, your shift buttons, this may be new to some of you, and again, that's why I talk about this so frequently, because there's always going to be new people. The shift buttons are super potent tools. They are incredibly effective, and I constantly get stories about how people have been like so happy about the idea that these help them do what they want to do in terms of shifting consciousness by making it easy and accessible to be able to start conversations with people. So whereas before you'd be like, hey, I want to really help like talk to other people, but it's hard to just go up to someone and be like, hey, are you interested in meditation and mindfulness? I mean, it's not that hard. It can be hard. With a shift button, you can kind of read a person's energy, follow your intuition, follow the synchronicity, and then you can give them a shift button as a gift, which will spark a conversation. And then the simple way of how this all works is that on the rim of the shift buttons is the ParadigmShiftCentral.com website. So when they get the shift button, each shift button is a holographic portal to the entire community. So you can see why this is very effective, because these shift buttons are only as potent as the fact that we have the website and the community behind it. So building the website parallel to this has been a big part of what this project has been. And a lot of you have seen the website, you've seen the evolution of it, you've seen the progression on it. And so again, the shift buttons come with your shifter booster kit, the free hug signs, and when you sign up for at least the $5 level, you also get a Love Wand massage tool. Again, this Love Wand massage tool, this would sell for at least like $20 or $30 in itself. And basically, like, the Love Wand massage tools, these are used for deep tissue massage, practical tools meant to be able to help do deep fascia, deep tissue. They're good for, like, if you're into like Reiki and everything like that. These are great. These are great for self-care. These are great for like any like athletes. These are great if you're sitting at a computer desk all day. So again, this is a part of your shifter booster kit, and again, all handmade. And you also get your crystal wire wraps, and again, all handmade. And I know a lot of people who, when they get their shifter booster kit, they'll end up like wearing these as a necklace. They'll take them with them. And again, these can spark conversation too. Someone will compliment this eventually, and you'll be able to be like, oh yeah, you know, you're into crystals. Sweet, let's talk about crystals. Let's talk about consciousness. Let's talk about Paradigm Shift Central. And you can let them know about it. So that's what's within your shifter booster kit. And so just to give you guys an idea of how this works, a huge part of how this model works is, yes, it involves the investment of my time. It involves the investment of financial resources coming from my end. So the Patreon, as the money has been continuing to come in, chunks of that money is also going back into being able to create the new supplies for future shifter booster kits. So for an example, the laminated free hug signs, and again, I know a lot of you care about numbers, and I want to be transparent with numbers, because I think it's important for us to understand like how this model works. The laminated free hug signs, I got a thousand of them made for a really good deal, like months back. And like I like talked to, I talked to the people at the print shop and everything, and they were like totally supportive. They're like, yo, like we like what you're doing with this free hugs thing. We'll cut you a deal. And so that was about $500. Yeah, it was about $500 to get about 1,000 free hug signs, which was awesome, right? And then so with the with all the buttons involve the printing for the designs, and then I manually create all the buttons myself, as well as if I have some friends who are helping out, and shout out to my friends who have helped me make buttons in the past. And so that's like a lengthy process in itself. So again, like if there's like 30 people signing up for the team Patreon, that means that there's at least 1,000 shift buttons that are manually being made. So again, that's like, this is like inside the production warehouse of Paradigm Shift Central. And so again, like right now, like moving into the idea that since we've recently added the addition of the Light Guardian crystals to the Shifter Booster kits. These used to be separate. These used to only be available as a pay what you wish between 30 and 60. But now I'm just like, okay, we're going to try it differently because we want to be able to help raise the team Patreon as quick as we can. So that's where the Light Guardian crystals, given the fact that they are a unique item, they are a unique product, help bring people into the team Patreon. You know, someone will be like, hey, I really want one of these. How do I get them? You invite them to the team Patreon and they're just like, whoa, like $3 to $5 a month to support this awesome project, and I get all the other stuff in my Shifter Booster kit. That's an awesome deal. That's like, again, this is a model that involves a lot of trust. It is focused on giving, but it is very powerful, and all it takes is just a lot of time. And that's essentially what I'm doing. On my end of things, I have the ability to transform my time into resources that turn into Patreon supporters that support the community as a whole. And so again, the idea behind raising the team Patreon, and this is the objective, you know, because I'm continuing to do this project throughout my lifetime. This is not just something that it's like going from like this year to next year. Like this is, we're building foundation for generations. We're building foundation for decades to come. And so that's why like it takes time, but it works. And so again, like the team Patreon is continuing to build. And so if you dig what Paradigm Shift Central is about, and if you're not familiar with it, check it out. You'll see that it is about interactive online community. Everything through the project is completely free. And that's been a big part of what the project is about, is keeping things free and accessible to everyone. That way, so again, you know, you run into someone on the street, you do free hugs, and again, like that's like an obvious model, is that the free hug signs, when combined with the shift buttons, are a super powerful tool to be able to help hack the matrix. So basically, you know, you're standing with a free hug sign, someone comes up to you, they give you a free hug, and then you can give them a shift button, and then that links them to the project, and it links them to all of the content on there, the quest journals created by community members, the online broadcasts that we continue to do, the Journey to Lucidity movies that are all online and all free, and it invites them to this bigger story of the Light Guardians. It inspires them, it sparks their spirit, it connects them, again, to this bigger inspirational momentum that we are creating together as a team. And it's a very, very powerful idea. It's one that takes patience, it's one that takes persistence, but it works. So again, at this point, I just want to be able to remind you guys that my objective moving forward, our objective moving forward between now and the end of November, specifically, because that's when donations go through, is to continue to get as many Patreon supporters online as we can. So I'll post a link for the Patreon into the title of this video, into the comments of this video, and it is at patreon.com/Brendan Culleton. And you can add your support there. If you want to add more than $5, you can. There is the option for that. And when you do sign up, you also get access to currently one secret video that is online. And that secret video is a secret video for a reason, because it is actually a secret video of my 5 gram sacred mushroom journey experience. And so that is something where it's just like a little extra bonus for you guys when you sign up, and it's something like meant to be very intimate, very personal that I'm sharing with you guys. So I want to be able to provide that for those who are signing up for the Patreon. And so again, that's really the core of it right now. And so the Patreon is continuing to rise. If you are signed up for the Patreon, please be sure to double check to make sure that your donations are going through. One of the challenges with the Patreon, and again, this is just the model, this is why, this is part of what it is that people will sign up, and then if they need to put their donations on hold at any point, that is okay. That is expected, that is okay if you need to do that, and then you can reactivate them when the time is right for you. And so part of what we're doing with the Patreon is that within, these are the numbers, we have about 222 Patreon members signed up. There's about 70 or 60 right now, and their donations are currently on hold. And so if the total of all the Patreon signups were going through, we would be at about 1,300 or about 1,400, give or take. Right now, we are at about 850 because of just the idea that some of the transactions aren't processing. But again, that's okay. The solution to that is, and this is what I've had to meditate on and really feel out, is to just like boost the Patreon as high as we can, so that even when there are people whose processes aren't going through for a current month, it's still at a sustainable amount. So that's like basically how the model works for the Team Patreon. And so again, if you guys want to get your Light Guardian Crystal, sign up for the Team Patreon. And there is the additional option to contribute any additional contributions to be able to help pay for shipping and to be able to help just contribute for Light Guardian Crystal. And also, you can get the Light Guardian Crystals that are the high tier items. So for those of you who are like really like, yo, I want to get like the extra special Light Guardian Crystals, there are the Light Guardian Crystals that are the Luminarium Quartz. And this is a Luminarium Quartz here. This is like a super clean cut. This thing in itself is worth like a good chunk, and these are available as a pay what you wish between 40 and 80. So in place of like your one that you would get for free through the Patreon sign up, you have the option to get a high tier item, a high tier Light Guardian Crystal. And so that's a Lumarian Light Guardian Crystal. So that's an example of one there. And you also have the option, if you want, to get an Auralite 23 Light Guardian Crystal. And the Auralite 23, for those aren't familiar, it's one of the oldest crystals on Earth that we know of. It's like over like 2 billion years old. It has 23 different minerals in it. It comes from Ontario, and it's super powerful. A lot of people are like constantly seeking this. It's not common, and it is often like very expensive. And so again, like you have the option to be able to add that to your kit. If you're just like, yo, like I want, like not only do I want to support the project, but I want to be able to like invite this into my journey. So again, all of these items are real world quest items. Thinking about how Paradigm Shift Central is promoted, is created as a real world interactive game to help shift consciousness. Think of these items as real world quest items within the game. And that is essentially one of the many ways is how you play the game, is by doing things like giving out shift buttons. So on your day-to-day basis, it's really awesome if you've been signed up for the Patreon and you have your shift buttons, because every day you go out, you are playing the game. You are playing the game of shifting consciousness. And the shift buttons are like tools that you use within the game. So if you have your shift buttons on you, you can be on a bus, and they give you that option to be like, hey, there's a person on the bus sitting over there, and I'm getting like a good, like kind of like intuitive vibe from them. Maybe I'll go up to them, give them a button, and spark a conversation with them, and even create a new friendship. And again, if you're creating a physical paradigm shift community, these are incredibly useful as well, because not only do you give them to the person and invite them to the website, but you can also invite them to your local paradigm shift community. So you can see this is where this idea is so powerful, because it's one that anybody can do where they are, and it is helping accelerate the shift. And it is like something that it's crazy to think about, like how that is like part of like, you know, like why I came here. Part of my soul mission is to like help activate this idea, to help activate the story of this Light Guardians, but doing it with the collective support of a global team is so powerful. Like it's so powerful. Like there are people out there who have been connected with the Paradigm Shift Central project, and they're going out there and they're creating like their own free hug events. They're having their own open-minded discussion, meditation, Paradigm Shift Central, Paradigm Shift meetup communities. They're giving out shift buttons. They're creating conscious media. and they're becoming leaders within their community. So you can see the ripple effects of this is the idea of like how like one shifter, one light guardian can affect thousands. And together, when we do that as a whole, we affect millions and we affect the entire world. And yes, it is about the light guardian crystals. It is about the free hugs. It is about the shift buttons. But it's about the idea. And it's the idea that is the most powerful thing in all of this. So whether or not you even have a shifter booster kit yet, you can still bring this idea into your day-to-day life. There are an infinite amount of ways to be able to help accelerate the shift by having the courage to go out there, create conscious events within your community, talk to people, spark those conversations, do free hugs. You can do that regardless of whether or not you have a shifter booster kit. The Shifter Booster Kit is just a way to, again, support the community, support Paradigm Shift Central, what it is about, because you care about it, because you care about the people who it is reaching. And again, to be able to just like add those additional level ups, to add those additional perks within your journey, within your experience of the game, to be able to help add more excitement to it, more options to it, and just making it incredibly more accessible for all those who choose to be a part of this story. So if there's any questions, everyone, please feel free to leave some questions, and please feel free to leave some gratitude in the comments below. So that's the Team Patreon update, and again, I'll post the link for the Team Patreon. So again, if people want to sign up, you can do that as soon as you're able to, and then if you want to contribute afterwards, you can also do that, and I'll send you a separate PayPal link, and that's again just to provide additional support, which helps a lot. It helps with the shipping. Like again, like the shipping we pay for, so it's a crazy model, right? Like it's crazy, like $3 to $5 sign up, and like we pay shipping, we create all this stuff, and we send it out to you and get it all geared up, and you use that, and you hack the matrix, and you build your conscious community, and it changes the world. And we do this, and we repeat this while continuing to build ourselves, while continuing to create conscious media. And when you go out there and you're doing your shiftivism, you're sharing your passions, a big part of this journey, a big part of the Paradigm Shift Central project is encouraging people to document your experience, and through the main website you can share that as a quest journal. So that's a really cool thing, is that not only are you going out and doing free hugs, but you're documenting it, and you share your story, and you practice sharing your story, which levels up your own abilities as well and helps you discover more of yourself, because your story is powerful, and simply by sharing it helps inspire other people as well. So you can create a profile on the main Paradigm Shift Central website for free. That's all free. You can get involved with the future broadcasts and everything, and yeah, it's super awesome, and I'm super grateful for everyone who is contributing to the Team Patreon, because they align with this mission, they align with the inspiration, they align with the confidence that I carry, that we carry together. And so again, patreon.com/Brendan Culleton and paradigmshiftcentral.com. And if you have any questions, let me know. You can request the color for your Light Guardian crystal. For those who are already signed up for the Team Patreon and are just like looking to get a Light Guardian crystal, you are entitled to get a Light Guardian crystal with your next order of like an additional shifter booster kit. So if you've already been signed up for the Team Patreon, no worries, you can still get your Light Guardian crystal. Just let me know when you want to order more shift buttons. You can be like, here's my budget of like $20, $30, $40, and I'll send you a new kit with new shift buttons and new free hug signs, and I'll include the Light Guardian crystal within that. And again, if you want to add additional support through a single payment through the PayPal, is greatly appreciated as well. So there's quite a bit. Again, right now, I'll give you guys an idea. I have to spend about $250 on clay. Like, this is stuff I'm doing today. $250 on clay. I just spent another $250 on some crystals, on some crystal spheres that I need. There's a gem and mineral crystal show coming up this weekend. I'm going to be spending another few $100s there. I have to spend a few $100s on more shift button parts, and then there's going to be another few $100s on shipping things out as well. And there could be something else I'm forgetting, but those are the main things, at least. Oh, and some LEDs. I have to order some LEDs, and I'll probably spend like a little bit on that. as well. And so, again, like building this regenerative model is super effective. It's creating foundations for the years to come. It is working. It's a steady process. In some ways, it's been a slow and steady process, but since the addition of the light guarding crystals, our objective is to help accelerate that so it becomes quicker. So that instead of going up through the team Patreon with like 10 new signups a month, literally my objective is to get 100 new signups, which completely boosts it. And then again, like I realize what I'm getting into, because if I have like 100 people signed up, that means I literally have to make like 100 light guardian crystals and 3,000 shift buttons. But again, like I'm willing to do that because it is about the transmutation of time into resources, into support. And that support creates more freedom, which allows the project to continue. It allows it to reach more people. And again, also creating the ability for me to continue working on a lot of the videos that I still have in the works for you guys. So that includes the Journey to Lucidity movie saga. And a lot of you have been waiting patiently for that. And I thank you. And again, that's going to be accessible early to Team Patreon supporters. That's the full-length movies about the journey, about the Lucidity Festival in California. You can buy your tickets for 2018. And there's 5 movies there that we have filmed. 2 are online for free. The 3rd is in the editing process. And once I do that, I have to do the 4th and the 5th. And those movies are an overarching documentation of our shift in consciousness and the awakening of the light guardian. So they're very powerful, and a big part, they're like a huge reason as to why I came here, is to make those movies, to leave a form of inspiration that will continue to exist for years to come. So that's really the core of what's going on. And again, so just inviting you guys to sign up for the Team Patreon. Ask me any questions. Invite your friends to sign up for the Team Patreon. Let them know about the Light Guardian crystals. If you want to get additional Light Guardian crystals with your Shifter Booster Kit, let me know, and you can add an additional payment to get those as well. Letting you guys know what's happening this week. So this week, we had a great broadcast last week, super powerful. That was again on healing beyond sexual assault and creating consent culture. If you haven't checked it out yet, you can find it on the main website, paradigmshiftcentral.com, under Central News, or under the radio button, or under new videos. And this was a very powerful episode, and I want to be able to help get that out there to more people, and you guys can help with that. And the next broadcast will not be this week. I'm choosing not to do one this week. Every time we do a broadcast, there's always a lot of energy that goes into that from my end. So right now, I'm choosing to keep my energy on where we need to keep it, which will be on me doing some videos that I need to finish, as well as me making shift buttons, making light guardian crystals, and making love wand massage tools, making crystal wire wraps, getting things ready for the Patreons. And again, like my objective is that, like, as people are signing up, obviously I want to be able to get things out to them in time for Christmas, in time for the solstice is my objective. So I really want to be able to honor that. And a part of that is just having to make the decision that sometimes we just have to take a break from the team broadcasts. As much as I would like to be able to do them super frequently, which we do on a weekly basis, we just also have to be aware that we have to balance our objectives at the same time. So no official live broadcast this week, but today is Monday, so we have our Paradigm Shift team work and chill period, which you can join in through the main website, and that will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But again, I invite you to just join the website, hang out on the website at any point, join the live chat. I'll be in there, other shifters will be in there. Let us know what's up, drop a link, let us know what your game missions are for the day, share some inspirational content, get chatting, and let's continue to work together as a team. So as we have been doing, and I will say I'm incredibly proud of what we have accomplished. And you know, I say things like this over and over again, that victory is a shared success. As the water rises, so does every ship. And the objective behind what this project is about creating, again, that global team of shifters. And shifters are light guardians. Shifters are gray Jedi. Shifters are captains amongst captains, leaders amongst leaders. And so as you become sovereign within yourself, you become sovereign within your household, within your community. And even if you're just affecting a small circle of people around you, that's a big effect. Because when you change one person, you do change the world. So again, thank you to everything that you are doing and continue to do. Your journey is important, and everything that you do matters. And as always, I love you. The infinity within me, that's what that is. The infinity within me sees and honors the infinity within you. So I'm going to wrap up this video. As I've stated, there's a lot for me to work on right now. Again, if you're looking to get the light guardian crystals, sign up for the team Patreon as soon as you can, and invite your friends to sign up for the team Patreon as well. And yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know, and be sure to check out the main website, check out some of the past broadcasts, create your own quest journals. You know, what do you want to share? What stories do you want to share? What art do you have to share? What videos do you have to share? You can do that through the main website, and we'll help curate that. We'll help provide a platform so that it can be seen by a global audience. Like, how cool is it when you think about the idea that you create a quest journal for the main website, which again is like a story of your personal transformation, perhaps. It could be a dream log. And then somebody in another part of the world receives a shift button, which takes them to the main website, and then they end up seeing your quest journal, and then that inspires them. So you never know how far a shift button, how far a hug, how far a quest journal will go. And that's the idea. So we are documenting the shift in consciousness. We are creating the shift in consciousness. And again, reminding you that anybody can create a physical paradigm shift community where they are. So regular open-minded discussion and meditation circles, find a place in your community, organize the event, invite people out, and repeat. Hold space, show up as a leader, continue to learn, continue to grow. You don't have to have all the answers to be a paradigm shift community leader. You just simply have to have the ambition and the feeling inside that, yes, this is something I want to be a part of. So thank you again to all the paradigm shift community admins out there who are rocking it. Thank you again to all of the shifters. There's a paradigm shift community admin inside all of us. So again, guys, if you're watching this video, thank you, and just feel free to leave some gratitude down below, and stay tuned. I'll let you guys know what else is up as things will go, and you'll see some promotion for the light guardian crystals coming up. And again, yeah, my objective for the team Patreon, using the light guardian crystals as an incentive, is to literally bring the team Patreon up as high as we can, as quick as we can. So that means above 1111, above 1500, above 2000. The more we raise it up, the sooner we raise it up, the more work involved for me in terms of creating the Shifter Booster Kits. But I'm totally cool with that, because again, we are creating the foundations for the future that is ahead, and this story is still like, the best is yet to come. And we'll end this broadcast there. So thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. Wish me well as I kind of rest and still work at the same time, getting over my cold. And just for everyone watching this video, know that right now, Scorpio in Jupiter, now is a great time for rest. So if you're feeling that you just need to like rest, take it easy on yourself, take it easy on yourself, and yet still find space to be creative. Go read a book, go have some tea. So yeah, awesome. Alright, thank you again, everyone. Please feel free to share this video if you would like. And yeah, I look forward to continuing to see how much we can accomplish together. So much love, everyone. Join the team Patreon when you can. Explore the main website as much as you wish. Join me on the live chats on the main website. And yeah, I'll be in touch. Message me anytime. And thank you again for helping make this possible. So much love. Alright, guys, see you in the future. As always, keep it shifty. And yeah, you guys are doing great. Thank you again. Much love. Much love, everyone. Okay, bye. I'll talk to you later. See you. Keep it shifty. Alright, see you in the future.